Everybody pretty gang, what's good? It's your favorite nail tech, Peaches, back with another video. Today I'm going to show you guys how I do this really cute French tip. This is actually the first time I've done the multicolor croc print tip, but I feel like I went ahead and did a good job. I feel like it slayed and all of the things. You guys already know, for the color we're going to go ahead and use Peeky Nude by Not Polished, because if it's not polished, it's not what? It's not nothing, and it never will be, okay? So the subscriber shout out for today is going to go to Sammy Baby, subscribed since October 24th. Y'all already know. Subscribe, turn on the notifications, because if your notifications is off, how you going to know what I'm on? Period. So I'm going to show you guys the application. It is a little bit sped up. Now, this particular client does have bigger nail beds. As you can see, well, first of all, this pinky is kind of broke down. She said that somebody has smashed it in the center console of somebody's car on accident. That's what I asked too. I said, girl, did they do you on purpose? She said, no, it's on accident. Okay. But so it is extremely short because a good amount of her nail is gone. Like, she kind of got lucky because enough was there for me to still put on a tip, but I was like, girl, this is gonna have to be very short, otherwise we're not doing it. That's it and that's all. She was like, yep, period. I said, yep, okay. So her pinky size, just to give you a gauge of what a bigger nail beds are, her pinky size is a 5 and her ring finger is like a 3. Her middle finger is like a 2, her thumb is a 0, and her index finger is a 4. I personally myself have nail beds that is kind of a little bit on the bigger side, just because like my pinky is like a 6 and my other 2 middle fingers is like 3s and my index is also a 4. So this is kind of the size that most people would prefer. I don't even say prefer, because realistically most people would probably prefer like a more medium size where the pinky is like maybe like a between a 7 to 8, and then the index finger is probably like a 4 or 5. The middle finger is like a 3. So what makes the fingers like bigger is the length of her nail bed with also the width of her nail bed. Like, they're not very wide, but she does have a longer nail bed, which causes her to need more acrylic, which causes the nail bed to thus appear bigger. Okay, so I went ahead and just kind of, first of all, let me just explain to you what went on here. The application did not go perfect. Every time she come, okay, let me tell you something about Miss Mariah. Every time she come, she want to clown around. She want to goof off. Okay, so does the job get done? Absolutely. But do we run our mouth? We sure the hell do. Okay, so that's probably why the application was just kind of doing whatever and kind of looking a little off, where you have to see, where you're seeing me have to kind of fix some areas, because yeah, we was clowning around and running our mouth every time basically. So you can see when it comes to bigger nail beds, I like to use a nice size bead, and I go ahead and you can see I'm not swiping. Let's get rid of the swipe for real. Like, swiping is not a good way to put on acrylic, and it will provide a nice stable base. I mean, some people get it done. I just believe if you're a beginner, it's not gonna help you none. See how I'm doing, like pat, tap in. That's what you want to do. See, when I swipe, I'm getting rid of product and I'm placing it somewhere else. But you see, when I want to move product and I want stability on a night, you know what I'm saying? We gonna pat and we gonna tap that ass. Okay. So, she, even though her nail beds are on the bigger side, she still don't need, like, you don't want the acrylic to look like a hunk of chunk. Is that right? Is that how you say that? Or a hunk of junk. There we go. You don't want it to look like a hunk of junk. You don't want it to just look sitting there. But in the same sense, it is gonna look a little bit more thicker than some with smaller nail beds. But if you were to look to the side, okay, ignore the pinky, because the pinky, I'm not gonna lie, the pinky did get a little bit thick. It's a little thick. But if you look at the other ones and look at the way I'm placing the acrylic, I'm using a large bead, but that's pretty much it. After that, I'm kind of just going in as need be to kind of fix anything that I feel like needs to be fixed, especially around the cuticle areas. What you don't want to do is have it looking really thick around the cuticle areas, because that's not going to help you none. Okay, so Oh, okay, so you see how I'm just kind of going in as needed because I want the cuticle area to still look right. I want it to look tucked, and I already know, like, I've been doing her nails for a little minute now. So when it comes to her nails, like, I don't never get nervous about the application because I already know, like, we already know what it is. She used to get a longer length, like a little more medium length, but because of this job, she have to go shorter. And honestly, I don't mind this length on her. So you could kind of see from this angle, like if you kind of look at the apex area, I know it's kind of hard to see, but look at the other nails. You can see they're really not thick. It's just, like I said, she has larger nail beds, so you could tell I had to use more acrylic. And what about it? Ain't nothing wrong with it, okay? Because I make everybody's nails look good, no matter what. No matter what. Y'all, it is 7:50 something in the morning. I don't need to be this hype. I really don't know why I am, to be honest with you, but here we are. So I did not show the other hand because, okay, when she gets French tip, she been on French tip lately, and she been putting my ass to work. And I told her, I said, girl, you always want me to be doing this French tip. She like when I draw it because she comes to get fills, and sometimes, well, she hasn't gotten a color change fill because I only do color change fills on plain background sets because it's just easier that way and it's quicker. But yeah, she like when I draw the French, so that way the next time when she come get a fill, she'll just switch out the nail art. And you see how this thumb was kind of giving me trouble? Like, I was trying to tuck into the cuticles, but the way I don't know, I probably wasn't paying attention. And I was oh no, this is what happened. I was damn out of liquid, and I did not want to put more liquid in for a little baby corner. So I was making it stretch, I was making it work. And that's why the thumb was looking like this. She was like, okay, just enough monomer. I said, yeah, probably need a little bit more. But, child, please. Please. We're going to make it work with what we got, and we're going to file, and it's going to be all to the good. Now, I don't include filing in this video. Just literally application and nail art. I thought you guys might want to see application on some bigger nail beds, since lately I've been doing on smaller nails. So, right here, I'm going to show you guys the application. Okay? A smooth application, still nice, you know. And then the shape, child, go ahead and look at the shape. Take a second. Yeah, shape. So I am drawing the French tip on there. Now when it comes to these colors, there go to brand. I really, like I said, I picked up this brand. It came in like 10 colors and one thing. I always top coat before I do any nail art, and the reason why is because if you do not and you do some nail art, it is going to spread. Like, see right here how everything stays pigmented in one spot? If you don't top coat, everything is going to spread. And if you need to clean something up with acetone, it's going to further get stuck in any of the little cracks and crevices of the nail in the acrylic. And that's not what we like. So you guys already know, you've seen me do French tip before. I'm only showing one hand because, you know, just to show you guys the colors and how they spread on and everything. Now, when I do French tip, I don't do that little thing where people make like a box and then round it out. Baby, I just draw the French tip. I don't see the point in doing that because either I'm going to clean it up or I'm not. So with the white, I kind of did take a little bit of time to figure out, like, okay, how wide do I want it? What shape do I want it? I didn't really have any particular direction, but she does always get French tip. So I did want to give her, like, I don't want to say a little bit of a different shape, but a shape that was going to flatter going with this crocodile print, because her nails are already short. So you want to give enough space at the tip that you're going to be able to fit some crocodile print, but not too much space to where now the nude part looks out of place. So it's a balance, okay? And I end up playing with it, playing with the shape. When I turn the finger around, that's because I'm checking to make sure everything is nice and even. And this is probably not even the final shape, but I did not want to be looking at me just doing the white for 100,000,000 years. So, you know, I just kind of played around with it. It probably took me like 5 minutes to decide exactly what shape that I wanted, because when you do it on one finger, that is your base for everything else, okay? So on the next fingers, I'm not even gonna lie, I did them kind of a little bit thinner because I was trying to see, did I want to match the white to these next fingers, or did I want to thicken the other fingers to match the thickness of the white? So choosing the colors, there was no rhyme or reason. I just kind of chose colors I felt like would go together, and they did, okay? Because I know my colors, okay? So you can see here, I always measure, And I did go a little bit shorter because, well, yeah, I made the colored part a little bit shorter just because I wanted to see, like, okay, do I like it? Is this right? But I ended up going later on after, well, you guys are not going to see it, and I thickened up the 2 middle fingers because I felt like they was a little bit too thin, basically. So yeah, so when choosing colors that are supposed to go together like this, I always kind of, like, my mind live for color, and I don't mind putting colors that kind of don't go. My initial thought when picking colors was black and white. You know, that's always a good base for anything. Blue and yellow, well, that blue and orange are complementary colors, so even if they're not on the same finger, they're gonna look good on the same set. Pink and green, technically red and green are complementary colors, but pink is like a watered down version of a red, so if you choose the right pink and go with the green, it's gonna give you like a watermelon vibes, you know what I'm saying? So I knew those on the same set would go together, and I have 2 separate pinks, so the black and white was kind of going to bring a little bit of sense to the set, so that way it didn't just look everything random. And then I'll explain a little bit more about my thinking when I was going on top with the crocodile print for which one was which. But yeah, I really don't mind doing French. I feel like, looking back, because I'm not gonna lie, I was really tired. Looking back, my French could have been a little bit more French. I wasn't complaining. I felt like it was actually really good. But I think on the blue one, with how the crocodile print was sitting, it made the blue one look a little bit almost square, and in real life it was not square. But once I put that crocodile print on, then I kind of realized, like, I could have put the crocodile print on a little bit differently, you know. But y'all, I love a black tip. Like, black tips is just so freaking cute. Enough people don't do black French. And when I'm doing my French, I also like to bring it up very high, so you can see the sides. I feel like it's very cute that way. A nasty deep French. That's how I go. Okay, not too deep, but deep. Okay, so after this nail, the next nail is going to be green. And the crazy thing is, the way these colors is set up, the little color strip that it shows as the example on the outside do not really match with the colors on the inside. Like this green that was not supposed to be lime green. I already knew that it was going to be this lime green because I've used it before, but the outside really shows like a deep green, like a darker green. It's kind of crazy. And then the other green that shows as lime green, it looked yellow. And even like this orange color right here, it looked like it's going to be like a little peach color, but it's like orange. It's really crazy. It's really weird. So, you know, when you're finding nail art stuff to work with, you gotta just be aware that everything is not as it appears, especially when you buying, like, I don't even want to say cheap stuff, but like I said, I don't know this brand. I like how the stuff goes on. I like how it cures. I like the consistency of it and the pigmentation, but I don't like that the colors are runny. Like the way the bottles are, they spill out everywhere, and that might just be because it's like polished. But even my Young Nails Mission Control kind of does that if it's not sitting upright. But I gotta find a better way to store my my paints and stuff, because it's not doing it for me, like, whatsoever. So like I said, I went off camera and fixed those other two because I felt like it was a cute French, but it needed to be a little thicker if it was gonna be for crocodile print. So here we go, the not polished blossom gel. This is what I use for all the croc prints, and I'll go ahead and use that same brush. And you just need a little bit. Now, because it's especially on the tip, put it only on the color part. You don't need a lot. Like, just let the brush barely give you none and wipe the sides. And then I take my nail art brush and then I'm going to choose my color and let it spread. Now with the green, I feel like I put a little bit too little because I had to go back over the pink, because I ended up using pink on the green. I had to go back over it and like kind of bloom it again, just because I feel like it didn't do it enough the first time, like on the tip area. So you can see I load polish on my brush, and in doing this the first time, I made the tip too close to each other, so I did wipe it off and start over. And I feel like in doing that, that's when I put a little bit, like, not enough, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that really didn't help me none. But it's very simple. Like, you're gonna go ahead and do it like how you normally do croc print. Now, the thing about this is you need to be able to show that the print is showing up, but then also make sure that everything is not too separated. I personally do not like the crocodile print where all the lines are so far away. I don't like crocodile print that has like where you put acrylic over it and make it bumpy. I don't really care for that. So I really like using blooming gel to where it is like it almost touches, kind of, but not really. So that's kind of what I do. Now you can see I'm having trouble with the pink, and I think that was because I did not have enough on my brush as well. And with blooming gel, like, you can't be scared to put some polish on it, you know what I'm saying? So I always do 2 fingers at a time, and the reason why I do that is because it does take a little second for it to bloom, but you don't want it to do too much, you know? So don't do no more than 2 nails at a time, because you can see the green is doing me right, but the pink is still not blooming right. So that's why later on I had went over the pink again to just fix it. Not now, but after it's already cured, I did add a little bit more blooming gel to do it, because it just like it just wasn't doing me justice. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just go back later and go over some spots. Okay, so always wipe the sides, because if there's one thing I know, blooming gel is thick as hell, and if you do not wipe the sides, it's just not gonna work out. Okay, so look at this hand. This hand is so cute as well. So when finding colors to put on top, I kind of was like, okay, like what looks cute together, and I wanted to make sure that both hands did not have the same exact color combinations, because then that would kind of defeat the purpose of like being so colorful and cute. I mean, you can do that, but you know me, I don't really care about everything being the same exact color and all that. So you see me wiping the sides. You seen how much gel came off? Yeah, it's a lot. Look at her little pinky. It's kind of broke up, but it's okay. So this one I decided to do blue and yellow, or blue and orange. I really don't know what you want to call this color. It kind of looked like some doggone cheese or something, but it was kind of giving like a little spring summer vibe. And like I said, blue and orange go together, and this color is like smack between orange and yellow. To be honest with you, like, it's kind of a mix of both. And then on this one I went ahead and did the brighter pink, because I use a lighter pink as the base on this hand, and the darker pink, I mean, on the other hand. So I went ahead on this one with the darker pink, just because I felt like it was gonna give just a really cute look. I really want to try this on some longer nails. I really want to ask for a nail model to maybe do this in like cow print or something as well. I feel like it would look really cute. Now make sure you're letting it cure for 1 minute. You can let it cure for less, but this is why I do 2 nails at a time, because then as I'm switching back and forth, it's gonna be the right amount of time in the lamp as I'm curing, basically. So like I said, you don't need too much, but you do need to put enough to where when you put polish on top, it is gonna bloom. Now make sure you're using gel polish or gel paint or something. I don't know how this would work with regular polish or paint, because it wouldn't cure, so I would highly advise against that. Highly. And I'm putting the lines all the way up to the top of the nail, so that way it can bloom. Be really careful not to get it on the what's that called, on the nude portion, because the last thing you want to do is be blooming on the nude, and it's going to be a lot to clean up. So if you don't put the blooming gel there, it's not going to go there. You see what I'm saying? So this one I wanted to do blue and white, because I felt like it was just really cute and summery. And that one I did pink and white to kind of like do a contrast from the black and the green, and I felt like it came out really cute. So on this black one, I want to say, did I do blue or what? I know it wasn't green. See, at this point I had to look and was like, okay, what are my options? I may have done black and white to like bring a little bit of like normalcy, basically. That's exactly what I did. Okay, I did black and white to have a nail that didn't stand out, you know, too much. And then on the pink, I'm pretty sure I probably did I do green or no? Maybe, yeah, okay, I did. Look at me remembering. This is why I did pink and green. So, you know, everything kind of just I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it just looks so spring, summer. Like, I've seen this done a lot of times, and I always thought it was really cute with the multiple colors and everything like that. And then with the thumbs, I went ahead and did the thumbs together. So this is why I'm looking to see like, okay, what do I want to put on the thumb? And I'm pretty sure I did black because that was the only color left for this thumb that I had not used yet, because I'm pretty sure I chose 5 or 6 different colors and really just use them accordingly. So let's see, what did we do for this thumb? I kind of can't remember the color, but I feel like, oh, black. Okay, there we go. I think I did black on both thumbs, to be honest with you. That's exactly what I did. So I hope you guys like this video. Oh, just kidding, I did orange. Dang, I was off. I hope you guys like this video. You guys, please please do not forget to comment, like, and of course hit that subscribe button. Turn on your notifications, because y'all already know if your notifications is off, how you finna know when I'm on? How you gonna know? And yeah, also subscribe, because you know I try to post as daily as I can. I know I missed yesterday. No, I didn't miss yesterday because I missed the day before, so I ended up posting yesterday. But either way, you know, I'm here. I'm trying to make the best of what I got. We're so close to 1,000 subscribers. It's absolutely sickening, you guys. Absolutely sickening. I'm so excited to just like continue on this like YouTube journey, and to kind of just do my thug thizzle, and to see how much you guys like my work. When I tell y'all the love y'all show me on YouTube, I do not get that on Instagram. Like, I get treated like a stepchild on Instagram half the time, except for like people who actually come to me in real life. Like, it's crazy. But I hope you guys enjoyed this set. Let me know, of course, what else you want to see. Once again, here is the final finished look. Here we go. And as always, you guys, leave me a comment below, and I will see you guys in the next one.